We're talking to Justin Jordan, who's a dog trainer from Jordan Dog Training in Queensland, and he's got a very special, exciting role because he's training a mascot for a football team.
To NURFM's Pet Chat, and Julie Tolliday, we've got an interesting interview coming up.
We do indeed. Hi, Justin.
Hi, Julie. How are you going?
Well, thanks. So you're from Jordan Dog Training in Queensland, and we're going to talk today about your very exciting extra role. Do you want to tell us a little bit about what you're doing up there?
Yeah, certainly. All right. So late last year, we were approached by the Queensland Reds, which is rugby union, Queensland's probably leading rugby union team, looking for the opportunity of training up a little red cattle dog, or a dog at that stage, to be their team's mascot, attending all of their home games and all of their media events. So we had the role of finding a dog as in a puppy and training it up to be a suitable mascot for their team, which it's been doing absolutely famously since then.
Yes, I've been following that. And tell us about the breed.
It's an Australian red cattle dog. Now, the breed wasn't important to the Queensland Reds. We're basically given the charter of finding a dog that was suitable to be able to go to the games, handle the crowds, handle children, not be fazed by large crowds, noises, and all that sort of stuff. So we chose an Australian red cattle dog because of their temperament, being able to work, their durability to work long hours, etc. So, yeah, that's why we ended up with that sort of particular breed. Not saying that any other breeds weren't suitable, though.
Yeah, great. And look, I've been following it, of course, because of our connection. What age did Red Dog come to you?
We got him just over 8 weeks of age, which is the optimum sort of an age to get a puppy, with the old saying being 9 weeks in, 9 weeks out. So we wanted to make sure we got him at that perfect age so we could start moulding behaviour and temperament, etc., right from the get-go, rather than leaving it too late and then seeing that we had bad habits that we had to try and undo, if you like.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, at that age, of course, we all do work desensitising puppies. Tell us about the things you had to desensitise Red to.
Well, a couple of the major things. Obviously, at the games, he's expected to sit on the sidelines. He's right next to the action alongside myself. So we've got balls flying in, we've got players flying in, we've got umpires running backwards and forwards, segways, cameramen, people screaming and shouting, all that sort of stuff. So, yeah, the big thing is getting them used to crowds and loud noises. So we put a lot of work into that, right, pretty much basically from the day we got them, so that just nothing would faze them. Because obviously if you've ever been to a live football game or a sporting event, if something happens, a try or whatever it might be, generally the crowd get up and start screaming and yelling and yahooing about it and applauding. So we needed to make sure that if that, or when that does happen, he didn't jump up startled or get spooked by it.
Yes, and well, you've certainly done a very good job of it. Now, I was under the impression with the early photos that I saw that all this little puppy did was slept on the sidelines, but you've actually explained to me, and I'd like you to share, why you got him into the position to be sleeping on the sidelines when he was young.
Well, we pretty much wanted him absolutely proof of anything. So on the first few times that we were attending the games, we just made sure that we kept him as active as we possibly could through the day. So hopefully by the time he was on the sideline, he'd be a bit tired, if you like. So he's just inclined like, I don't really care what's going on. I'm comfortable. I just want to have a bit of a snooze. So again, that was just so that with all that noise and disruption going on around him, bright lights, etc., it's like, I don't really care. It's all good. So the first few games, we really did make sure he was pretty tired leading into that. Keeping in mind, leading into the game as well, he was expected to go and do public appearances and have photos with young kids and all that sort of stuff. So by the time he actually gets to the sideline, he's already done probably close to 2 hours worth of work already. So, yeah, for a young puppy, he's pretty much ready for a snooze anyway.
Absolutely.
But again, the key was just getting him tired so he would sleep through that first bit.
Yeah, I think that was great. And now you do the opposite, don't you? You try to get him to rest so he'll be active when he's there.
Absolutely, because now there's an expectation that he will do tricks when our team, the Queensland Reds, obviously score a try or whatever it might be. He has a dedicated camera focused on him. So I wear a little earpiece. So I get a little warning from Fox Sports or whoever it might be saying, Red Dog's on 5 minutes, unless there's been a try just at the last second, obviously. And at that time, he's got to be awake and he's got to be able to do a high five or a spin or a rollover or something like that, just to basically celebrate the try or whatever it is that our team has just got.
And how does the crowd react to that? Do they cheer him too?
They absolutely do. It's just absolutely astounding, the reception we're getting from the crowd. In some cases, and some of the players might get a tiny bit funny about this, but if we're walking through the crowd with Red Dog, some of the players actually get snobbed in favour of Red Dog. The players stand back and say, "Oh, that was lovely." He's just so cute and he's so personable, and he just absolutely adores the attention and the cuddles from the people. So
yes,
yeah.
Yep. So
again, there was a lot of proofing going into that in the early stages.
Of course.
He could
So
handle
he can
absolutely
handle it.
anybody doing almost anything to him within reason, obviously.
yes. So what are his jobs at the game? So how does he start out with at the beginning of the game? What does he have to do? His duties.
Well, initially when we get there, we walk the tunnel, so we get in and we go and say hello to some of the players if they're up. Remember, the players, it's a professional sport, this is their job, so quite often they're quite G'd up, ready for the game, they're very focused on what they're doing. So
Yes.
sometimes their energy is, hey, the game, not, hey, there's a cute puppy.
Okay.
But he's there as a bit of a support and a bit of a warm fuzzy, if you like, for them. He also then, after that, has to go to the precinct in front of Suncorp Stadium. So that's where he goes and meets and greets all the fans as they come in. Some of the players will be out there as well, meeting and greeting fans. So it's photo opportunities, basically. So families come in and they can have a photo with Red Dog or a pat with Red Dog, or some of the kids like to be able to get Red Dog to do a couple of the tricks. So
Yes.
it's just that warm, fuzzy sort of thing we like to do with them.
Yeah.
From there, we then go into the stadium itself and onto the sideline, so that's where all the media is starting to get ready for the kick-off of the game. So sometimes there's some media interviews with players or the coaches or whatever, and Red Dog's quite often expected to be there to be part of that, as in just the nice, cute puppy mascot. Up till then, just before the players run onto the field, it's now Red's job to run the players out onto the field. So just before kick-off, before all the players run out, he's in the tunnel in front of the players. I'm out in the middle of the field. When we get the nod, basically we call him and he sprints out into the middle of the field wearing his little jacket, followed by the captain and the rest of the players. So again, just a bit of an exciting lead into the game, basically.
Oh, that's good. I know I asked you for the whole game thing, but I'm feeling a bit time conscious now, Justin. I feel like the picture that you've created is going to make people want to have a visual. Where could they go to get the best visual so they can have a look at this gorgeous little dog?
If they did want to follow his progress and his growing, like we've got photos right from when he was a tiny little puppy, so 2 or 3 weeks of age, just before he came to live with us, right through some of his major events. So there's lots of photos, and there will be lots of photos and little feedback things. He's doing this, he's doing that. Like he's got the gala ball coming up, so we're going to have him fitted out for a tux in the next week. So there'll be photos of that. So to see all that sort of stuff, if they jump on my webpage, which is just Jordan Dog Training, there is a segment there that is dedicated to him and what he's doing and his media appearances.
Well, thanks heaps, Justin. Maybe you're going to have a whole lot of New South Wales followers now.
Yes, I'm sure they will. Of course, they want to follow us.
Okay. Thanks, Justin.
That was Justin Jordan.